Your life is overwhelmingly complex. Commitments multiply until your calendar suffocates you. Options paralyze every decision. Possessions accumulate in closets you can't close. Information floods your mind constantly. Complexity isn't sophistication. It's confusion disguised as importance, busyness masquerading as productivity, accumulation pretending to be success. You've been taught that more equals better. More commitments show you're important. More possessions prove you're successful. More options mean you're free. These are lies designed to keep you exhausted, distracted, and controllable. Today, you become the ruthless minimalist, philosophically simple, strategically essential, powerful through clarity, ruthless. I am Niccolo Machiavelli. In The Prince, I wrote with brutal simplicity. Short, direct sentences, clear, unambiguous language, zero philosophical decoration. This wasn't accidental. Simplicity is power. Complex writing obscures truth, allowing confusion to masquerade as depth. Simple writing forces clarity, exposing truth unavoidably. My contemporaries wrote ornate philosophical treatises that nobody could understand or apply. I wrote ruthlessly simple handbook that changed history. The difference was intentional, ruthless elimination of everything unnecessary. The Stoics understood this 5 centuries before me. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, wrote, "If you seek tranquility, do less," or more accurately, do what's essential. Epictetus taught that freedom comes through wanting less, not having more. Seneca wrote that wealth isn't having many possessions, but needing few. These weren't poverty advocates, they were power philosophers, teaching that simplicity liberates, while complexity enslaves. Modern psychology confirms ancient wisdom. Paradox of choice research proves that abundance of options creates paralysis, not freedom. Cognitive load studies show that complexity exhausts mental resources, reducing effectiveness dramatically. Minimalism psychology demonstrates that possession reduction increases well-being. Essentialism philosophy, doing less but better, outperforms busy complexity consistently. Your overwhelm isn't character flaw. It's predictable result of complexity accumulation that philosophy warns against. Now, I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I refuse to surrender my mind. 1. Complexity is manufactured, not necessary. The first principle is recognizing that most complexity in your life is manufactured, not necessary, artificially created by systems benefiting from your confusion rather than inevitable reality of modern existence. Consumer culture manufactures complexity through endless product variations. Corporate structures manufacture complexity through bureaucratic processes. Information systems manufacture complexity through content overload. Your overwhelm serves their interests, not yours. Think about complexity in your life. How much is genuinely necessary versus manufactured? Do you need 47 streaming services, or does subscription model benefit from your inability to choose and cancel? Do corporate meetings require 12 attendees, or does complexity justify everyone's existence? Does your closet need 200 items, or does fashion industry benefit from manufactured seasonal complexity? Most complexity serves someone else's agenda while exhausting you. Here's manufactured complexity recognition. Audit your life for complexity that serves others' interests. Subscription services you forget to cancel. Commitments existing because saying no felt uncomfortable. Possessions bought because marketing manufactured desire. Social obligations maintained because refusing felt rude. Each represents manufactured complexity serving someone else while depleting you. Necessary complexity is rare. Manufactured complexity is epidemic. When you accept all complexity as necessary, you're drowning in manufactured obligations while someone profits from your overwhelm. When you recognize complexity as largely manufactured, you can ruthlessly eliminate what serves others while keeping only what serves you. This recognition is liberation from complexity trap, designed to keep you controllable through exhaustion. The practice is interrogating each complexity. Who benefits from this? If answer is primarily others, eliminate ruthlessly. If answer is genuinely you, keep. This filter exposes manufactured complexity masquerading as necessity. Your calendar, possessions, commitments, subscriptions, most serve others' interests while depleting yours under disguise of necessity. I want you to drop this. I see manufactured complexity. I eliminate ruthlessly. 2. Simplicity requires ruthless elimination. The second principle is understanding that simplicity isn't passive state achieved through inaction, but active achievement requiring ruthless elimination of everything non-essential. Complexity accumulates naturally through social pressure and default options. Simplicity must be created deliberately through systematic elimination that feels uncomfortable and appears extreme to complexity-enslaved masses. Think about your attempts at simplification. Have you tried being more organized or managing complexity better? These approaches accept complexity as given and attempt optimization. They fail because complexity keeps accumulating faster than optimization can manage. Ruthless elimination is different. It doesn't organize complexity, it deletes it completely and permanently. Here's ruthless elimination practice. Identify everything in your life: commitments, possessions, relationships, subscriptions, obligations. Apply singular question to each. Does this serve my essential priorities directly? Not, might it be useful someday, or seems important, or I should keep it, but ruthlessly, does this serve my core priorities now? If no, eliminate immediately without guilt or preservation instinct. When you attempt complexity management instead of elimination, you're accepting complexity as permanent feature, requiring endless organization energy. When you eliminate ruthlessly, you're refusing complexity at source rather than managing symptoms. This feels extreme because you've been socialized that accumulation equals success. It's actually rational response to manufactured complexity epidemic. The elimination extends everywhere. Commitments that don't serve essential goals decline or quit. Possessions unused in 6 months, donate or discard. Relationships draining without reciprocity, distance or end. Information sources creating anxiety without value, unsubscribe permanently. Ruthless elimination isn't deprivation, it's liberation from unnecessary that was exhausting you. Most people never eliminate ruthlessly because it violates accumulation programming and appears extreme. Strategic minimalists understand that ruthless elimination is only response to complexity accumulation rate. You must eliminate faster than complexity accumulates, or you drown permanently. I want you to drop this. I eliminate ruthlessly, no hesitation or preservation. 3. Essentialism. Keeping only what serves. The third principle is essentialism, philosophy of keeping only what serves essential priorities while eliminating everything else regardless of potential value or social pressure. Essential means directly serving your core few priorities. Everything else, regardless of quality or usefulness, is non-essential and gets eliminated. Quality of non-essential is irrelevant. It's non-essential, therefore eliminated. Think about your retention reasoning. Do you keep things because they might be useful, or they're good quality, or someone gave them to me? These are complexity justifications. Essentialist reasoning is singular. Does this serve my essential priorities? World's highest quality item that doesn't serve essential priorities is non-essential and gets eliminated. This seems wasteful. it's actually strategic focus. Here's Essentialism application. Define your 3 to 5 essential priorities, not 20. That's complexity disguised as priorities. Career mastery in specific domain. Close relationship quality. Physical health maintenance. These are examples. Yours will differ. Now audit everything against these essentials. Does this possession, commitment, relationship activity serve these essentials directly? If yes, keep. If no, eliminate regardless of other merits. When you keep non-essentials because they have value, you're diluting focus across many valuable things, achieving mediocre results in all. When you keep only essentials, you're concentrating resources on few priorities, achieving exceptional results in what actually matters. This trade, many mediocre results for few exceptional results, is Essentialism's core value proposition. The difficulty is eliminating good opportunities and valuable possessions that don't serve essentials. You've been taught waste is keeping nothing. Actually, waste is keeping everything valuable, diluting focus until nothing exceptional gets achieved. Essentialism eliminates good to make space for great in essential domains. Most people keep everything valuable, creating cluttered, unfocused life. Essentialists keep only what serves essentials, creating focused, powerful life. Your willingness to eliminate valuable non-essentials determines whether you achieve mediocre results in everything or exceptional results in essentials. I want you to drop this. Only essentials remain, valuable eliminated ruthlessly. 4. Cognitive load reduction increases effectiveness. The fourth principle is understanding that cognitive load, mental resources required to process information and make decisions, is finite resource that complexity exhausts rapidly. Every decision, possession, commitment, and information source consumes cognitive load. When load exceeds capacity, effectiveness collapses. Ruthless simplification dramatically reduces cognitive load, increasing effectiveness exponentially. Think about your cognitive load currently. How many decisions do you make daily? How many possessions require mental tracking? How many commitments need coordination? How many information sources demand attention? Each consumes cognitive resources continuously. When combined load exceeds capacity, you experience decision fatigue, mental exhaustion, reduced effectiveness, and eventual burnout. Here's load reduction. Eliminate decisions through standardization, same breakfast daily, uniform clothing, automated routines. Eliminate possession tracking by keeping minimal items. Eliminate commitment coordination by maintaining few essential commitments only. Eliminate information overload by ruthless source reduction. Each elimination frees cognitive resources for essential activities requiring genuine mental effort. When you maintain high cognitive load through complexity, you exhaust mental resources on administrative overhead, leaving nothing for creative or strategic thinking. When you reduce load through ruthless simplification, you preserve cognitive resources for high-value activities that actually advance essential priorities. This isn't laziness, it's strategic resource allocation. The research is clear. Decision fatigue reduces decision quality exponentially as load increases. Steve Jobs wore same outfit daily, eliminating clothing decisions, preserving cognitive load for business strategy. Obama had identical blue suits for same reason. This isn't eccentric behavior. It's ruthless cognitive load optimization through unnecessary elimination. Most people accept high cognitive load as modern life requirement. Strategic minimalists recognize cognitive load as finite resource requiring ruthless protection through complexity elimination. Your effectiveness is directly proportional to available cognitive resources, after administrative overhead is subtracted. I want you to drop this. I protect cognitive load. Simplicity preserves resources. 5. Choice abundance creates paralysis, not freedom. The fifth principle is recognizing that abundance of choices creates paralysis, anxiety, and reduced satisfaction rather than freedom and opportunity. You've been taught more options equal more freedom. Research proves opposite. Choice abundance overwhelms decision-making capacity, creates anxiety through fear of choosing wrong option, and reduces satisfaction through regret about unchosen alternatives. Limited essential choices create actual freedom through decisive action. Think about areas with maximum choice abundance in your life. Streaming services with infinite content. Do you watch more or spend longer searching? Career paths with unlimited options. Are you progressing or perpetually exploring alternatives? Relationship prospects through dating apps. Are you connecting deeply or endlessly shopping? Choice abundance in each case creates paralysis, not freedom. Here's choice reduction. Deliberately limit options to essential few in each domain. 3. Trusted information sources, not 50. 1 career path pursued deeply, not 5 explored shallowly. Essential possessions only, not every potentially useful item. Limited menu of decisions, not infinite evaluation of alternatives. Reduced choice eliminates paralysis, allowing decisive action and satisfaction. When you maintain maximum options believing it preserves freedom, you're actually creating prison of perpetual evaluation, where decisive action becomes impossible. When you reduce choices to essential few, you're creating actual freedom through capacity for decisive commitment and action. Paradoxically, less choice creates more freedom through elimination of paralysis. The paradox of choice research is definitive. Beyond minimal threshold, additional options reduce happiness and decision quality. You need enough options to find acceptable choice, typically 3 to 5. Beyond that, additional options create anxiety, paralysis, and regret without improving outcomes. Your option abundance is harming, not helping you. Most people maximize options believing it maximizes freedom and opportunity. Strategic minimalists minimize options to essential few, eliminating paralysis and enabling decisive action. Your freedom comes through commitment to few choices, not preservation of infinite options. I want you to drop this. Limited choice liberates, abundance paralyzes. 6. Possession minimalism creates freedom. The sixth principle is understanding that possessions create burden, not freedom. Each item requires mental tracking, physical storage, maintenance attention, and psychological weight. You've been sold equation, possessions equal wealth equal freedom. Actually, possessions equal obligations equal burden. Possession minimalism through ruthless elimination creates genuine freedom through responsibility reduction. Think about your possessions honestly. How many do you use regularly? How many are stored just in case? How many require maintenance you avoid? How many create guilt through non-use? Each possession is small burden. Collectively, they create overwhelming obligation load disguised as wealth. Minimalism eliminates burden through possession elimination. Here's possession minimalism. Keep only what you use regularly and serves essential priorities. Clothing worn in last 3 months only. Tools used regularly only. Books you'll genuinely reread only. Sentimental items limited to small meaningful collection only. Everything else eliminated regardless of cost, quality, or potential future use. Each elimination reduces burden and increases freedom. When you maintain maximum possessions, you're creating maintenance, storage, and tracking obligations that consume resources continuously. When you keep minimal possessions serving essentials only, you've eliminated these obligations, freeing resources for essential activities. This trade, possessions for freedom, is minimalism's value proposition. The psychological research shows possession burden is real. More possessions correlate with increased stress, reduced well-being, and decreased life satisfaction. Minimalism isn't deprivation, it's burden elimination, creating space for what matters. Your possessions are weighing you down while pretending to be wealth. Most people accumulate possessions believing accumulation equals success. Strategic minimalists eliminate possessions ruthlessly, understanding that freedom comes through obligation reduction, not accumulation. Your burden decreases as possessions decrease, creating genuine liberation. I want you to drop this. Possessions burden. Minimalism liberates ruthlessly. 7. Ruthless commitment. Pruning. The seventh principle is ruthlessly pruning commitments, understanding that every yes to commitment is no to everything else, and that commitment accumulation creates overwhelm, destroying effectiveness in all areas. You've been socialized. That busy calendar proves importance. Actually, commitment overload proves inability to prioritize. Ruthless pruning eliminates non-essential commitments, preserving resources for essential few. Think about your commitments currently. Professional obligations, social engagements, family expectations, hobby activities, volunteer work, self-improvement projects. How many serve your essential priorities directly? How many exist from social pressure or inability to decline? Commitment accumulation creates constant overwhelm while diluting effectiveness everywhere. Here's ruthless pruning. List all commitments. Categorize. Essential serves core priorities directly. Nice but non-essential, valuable but not core. Obligation, social pressure, not genuine desire. Keep essentials only. Eliminate or minimize everything else through declining, quitting, or reducing involvement. Your calendar should show focused time on essentials, not fragmented time across many mediocre commitments. When you maintain all commitments, you're achieving mediocre results everywhere while excelling nowhere. When you prune to essentials only, you're achieving exceptional results in core priorities by concentrating resources. This seems selfish. It's actually strategic. Focused excellence beats diluted mediocrity. The practice is becoming comfortable disappointing people through commitment, declining. I can't commit to that becomes standard response to non-essential requests, regardless of social pressure or guilt. Your essential priorities matter more than others' expectations of your availability. Pruning protects essentials from dilution. Most people accumulate commitments unable to decline, creating perpetual overwhelm. Strategic minimalists prune ruthlessly, maintaining only essential commitments, creating focused effectiveness. Your power comes through commitment selectivity, not accumulation. I want you to drop this. I prune commitments ruthlessly, essentials only. 8. Clarity is competitive advantage. The eighth principle is recognizing that clarity, knowing exactly what matters and eliminating everything else, creates massive competitive advantage in complexity-overwhelmed world. While others drown in complexity, your ruthless simplicity enables focus, decisive action, and sustained effectiveness that appears superhuman but is actually simplicity mastery. Clarity through simplification is ultimate power. Think about competitive dynamics. Most people are overwhelmed managing complexity, exhausted by cognitive overload, paralyzed by choice abundance, burdened by possessions, and fragmented across commitments. They're operating at fraction of capacity. Your ruthless simplification eliminates these limitations completely. While they manage complexity, you execute essentials. This clarity is crushing competitive advantage. Here's clarity cultivation. Define your essential priorities explicitly. Eliminate everything non-essential ruthlessly. Direct all resources toward essentials. This creates focus others cannot match because they're dispersed across complexity. Your singular focus on essentials while others fragment across many creates performance gap appearing superhuman but actually resulting from ruthless elimination. When you attempt competing while maintaining complexity, you're handicapping yourself, matching opponents' limitations. When you simplify ruthlessly while others maintain complexity, you're competing unburdened while they're exhausted by overhead. This asymmetry creates advantage so significant it appears unfair. It's just simplicity versus complexity dynamics playing out. The strategic insight. Complexity is epidemic in modern world. Most people will never simplify because it violates accumulation programming. Your willingness to eliminate ruthlessly while others accumulate creates permanent competitive moat. They cannot match your focused effectiveness while maintaining their complexity addiction. Most people view simplicity as deprivation or minimalism as aesthetic choice. Strategic minimalists understand ruthless simplicity is competitive weapon in complexity-exhausted world. Your clarity through elimination creates advantage others cannot match while maintaining complexity. I want you to drop this. Clarity is my weapon. Simplicity crushes complexity. You are no longer someone drowning in complexity. You're not someone accumulating possessions, believing accumulation equals success. You're not someone accepting all commitments, unable to disappoint others. You're not someone managing overwhelming complexity instead of eliminating it. You're not someone exhausting cognitive load on administrative overhead. You're not someone paralyzed by choice abundance. You're not someone burdened by possession obligations. You are the ruthless minimalist. Philosophically simple, through recognition that complexity is manufactured, not necessary. Strategically focused through ruthless elimination of everything non-essential. Essentially committed through essentialism, keeping only what serves priorities. Cognitively unburdened through load reduction, freeing resources. Decisively liberated through choice minimization. Possession light through burden elimination. Commitment pruned, preserving essentials only. Competitively advantaged through clarity while others drown in complexity. Your power comes through elimination, not accumulation. Your effectiveness through simplification, not complexity management. Your freedom through burden reduction, not possession accumulation. Simplicity is your philosophy. Elimination is your method. Clarity is your competitive advantage, and ruthless minimalism is your identity. Drop this affirmation in the comments right now. Simplicity is my power. I eliminate ruthlessly. Complexity cannot overwhelm me. Subscribe to this channel because we're teaching philosophical simplicity as power strategy in complexity-enslaved world. Like this video if you're ready to eliminate ruthlessly and become ruthless minimalist. Share it with someone drowning in manufactured complexity. Complexity was overwhelming you. Today, you became the ruthless minimalist. Powerful through clarity, ruthless, effective through simplification, strategic, free through elimination, complete.